Alright, update time. So, progress has been slow but steady. I've only had so much time to actually spend on getting the office, studio, workshop, still don't know what I'm calling it, set up. But we're now fully moved into the new house. Boxes still need unpacking and things like that. But we've handed the old keys over at the apartment, so we're now here, which is awesome. And should give me hopefully a bit more time over the next week or so to really start making some progress on the studio. As you can see next to me, at least one of the shelves has been set up. This is the old corner shelf from the old room, which is, I think, going to house some of our larger projects in the near future. We still haven't got the shelves on here yet because I do want to still wrap those in this wood look adhesive, but that will probably be a project for later in this video after I've got some other stuff set up. Because as I mentioned in the last video, the desk and both of the other shelves have arrived. So I think that'll be the top priority, getting the bones or the skeleton of the room in place. Then we can worry about finishing stuff like this shelf up. All right, let's get to it. There we go. What I have started to call the bones or the skeleton of the room is more or less all put together now. The corner shelf and the additional shelf both up and in place, and the desk is all set up quite nicely. You will have noticed that I have gone for an adjustable height desk. This is for a few reasons, partially because I want different heights to be able to work on different projects, and also for filming purposes. Let's say that I'm working on a terrain project or something that is requiring me to do a bit of work at the table here. Maybe removing supports or cleaning up a miniature or something like that. That is the kind of thing that I would like to just do as if I was standing at like a workbench as opposed to a desk. And being able to do that at this height and not being stuck in a chair with the camera on the other side of the room means that while I'm doing stuff, I can just kind of stop what I'm doing, turn around and do a little talk to the camera like I'm doing here from this angle. And that way I can do some voiceover, some talking during a project while I have the work in progress sitting in front of me, as opposed to doing a full project, then scripting, and then sitting in front of one part of the studio and just doing the entire voiceover in one go. I think it'll be really nice to actually disperse some work in progress thoughts and direction changes and hiccups in projects and things like that, actually being able to film them at the work desk. So this is a good height for that. Obviously, for painting most models, I'll probably still want this down at a more normal sitting height. I can hobby for a few hours at a time, and the camera will be mounted here, so no matter where the desk is, I'll still be able to film it. There is still a little bit of wobble to this desk, but it's so much better than the little old one. The legs are a lot more stable, so I think that it'll make for much better filming at the desk as well. And if I was working at whatever height, I could set a camera up on a tripod, get a nice over-the-shoulder shot, now that I have some room to set that up. So down here, miniature painting, anything that I'm doing sitting for more than a couple of hours. Up here, comfortable height for a workbench, for working on terrain, working on bigger miniatures, assembling stuff, things like that. And then finally, also, if I decide, we can put this desk all the way up at its maximum height, which I think will be good for if I find painting miniatures with my elbows on the table to be better for me. that option is also there. The only issue with this is that being right up at its max height, the desk does wobble significantly more. So I'd probably have to get in the habit of leaning up so that it's pressed against the wall, and then I'd be good to go. But I think that'll be really nice, both for filming and for working on projects, and just ergonomically being able to stand here rather than sitting for 4 or 5 hours at a desk that's a little bit too short, which is what used to be the case. So very happy with this. Well impressed with the desk. Alright, there we go. Printer shelf is up. I have just chucked the Snapmaker and the A1 up here. When I was talking about enclosing this, I was worried that the U1's power cable was going to rub on the back. This is about as far forward as the printer would need to be so it didn't smack on a panel on the front. And that cable, like, it is bunching, but it's not feeling forced by any means. So we might actually be okay. And I did actually decide against putting that MDF sheet with the vinyl sticker on it on this shelf, because I really like how the plain black looks. I don't know why, but when I ordered these shelves, for some reason I thought that these were going to be the same like powder-coated metal that the frame was, and I was worried it was going to be a bit rattly and a bit thin. But these are really good, like 8-9mm, I'm assuming just MDF or particle board or something. But it's nice and stable and looks really good, actually. So I think we'll keep these black. And we'll probably get another LED strip to go along the back of this, which I think will look really cool once the acrylic's on the back as well. And when I'm filming the U1, for example, that'll shine through the back window really nicely. And on the A1 as well, it'll be really cool behind there. And that gives us a ton of storage down here. We have 3 shelves worth of space. I've tried to make the bottom, I don't know if you can see that, the bottom big enough for like filament dryers and slightly larger boxes of things, but these 2 shelves I've left at about the height of a filament box. So hopefully I'll be able to store a bunch of filaments if I have ones that are still in their box, and any that I have open, like all of these, I'll just be able to shove in a box down on the bottom shelf, which would be really nice to just keep them. So we still have a wee ways to go. Obviously this is very, very bare bones at the moment, but the vision is coming together and it's looking really nice. I have a lot of cable management to do. Obviously I need to start getting things on these shelves. And I think for the rest of today, my task is going to be getting the vinyl stickering on the shelves for this corner shelf, because at the moment this is just the frame. So these shelves with the vinyl sticker stuff. I was a little concerned with this, that the desk, that shelf, and this was all going to be very different shades of brown. The desk is significantly lighter than the rest of it, but the vinyl wrap, I think when it's on the other side of the desk, will look similar enough to this shelf that it'll feel cohesive. So I think that'll be pretty good. Some of these will only need one side done, some will need both. The bottom shelf will probably need none. So I will set up a table and get to sticking those on. All right, the shelves are looking pretty good now. Hang on, let me adjust this. Shelves are looking pretty good now. They've all just got a little bit of bubbling kind of on the back edge a wee bit. I'm just going to try and weigh this one down because I think it'll be the only one that would be obvious. Should be all pretty good, I reckon. It's looking nice. Not going to worry about the bottom shelf, and I've painted the bottom of this one black so that it won't be blaringly obvious that it's different. Same with this one, and even that one just in case. That is a good couple of days' work, I think, getting all of the bones of the studio set up, getting these shelves vinyled and looking a bit more cohesive with everything else. So next time we'll probably start taking a look at getting some things on these shelves, getting all of my equipment where it needs to be, finding a place for everything, making it look a bit more like a proper hobby space and studio, start figuring out where lights and cameras can go. It's all looking pretty good and coming together well. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do stick around for the next ones, as it's going to be quite a jump from this to what this place is going to look like. And as always, have a good one. I'll catch you later.